Hi guys, welcome to Make With Me Monday. My name is Robyn Smith. This is the Bath Fizz and Foam Facebook support group. And today, I want to make whipped soap with you. Can we do that? First off, let me get some gloves on. And I have a double boiler kind of set up right here. So I'm going to get that boiling as we get ready to go. So I'm going to start that up. Hold on, let me tilt this down a little bit more so you see a little bit more what I'm doing. Okay. So today I want to make whipped soap because to celebrate Muddy Soap Co. now carrying bioturge for us. And I had told Susie, like, hey, when you get it in, let me know and I'll make whipped soap on a Make With Me Monday, because I hadn't done it yet on a Make With Me Monday for this group. I had done it for the Patreon, but I hadn't done it for this group. So, okay, so I'm gonna get my hot water bath started, and I'm gonna get started. Are you excited? Okay, I'm excited. So it's important to make sure that you sterilize and sanitize all your equipment before you begin, which I have done, but I just want you to know that that's important to do. My tools, like my equipment, like this, right? I use bleach water, like my stand mixer, bleach water. For things that my ingredients are going to actually go in, I use 70% rubbing alcohol. So it's important to do that. So we're going to start off with, I've already weighed it all out, so I don't have to do that on here. Okay, so that's SCI. Bam. This is bioturge. And what is bioturge? You're asking, I hear you asking maybe. It is a surfactant that is biodegradable, sulfate free, and it is really effective in hard water. So we use it as a co-surfactant in our whipped soap recipe, but please hear me when I say this, you don't have to have bioturge. You can still do the recipe. You could do the recipe with all SCI. You could do the recipe with SCI and SLSA. You could do the recipe with, I can't remember. In the recipe, scroll down to the bottom of the recipe, we listed substitutions. I wouldn't list substitutions for you guys if I didn't know that they didn't work. So if you can't find bioturge, don't stress. It's okay. I'm just celebrating that another supplier right now is carrying it, but like, don't stress, okay? Please. To that, we're gonna add a liquid surfactant. Mine is Cat B, or cocamidopropyl betaine. And let's get our stir going. Now, depending on how long this actually takes, I have a batch that I prepped this morning that I can possibly whip. So right now I'm making the base, right? So usually you make the base and then you want to let it cool down for a little bit, because you want it to be hard before you whip it. You don't want to just go straight from being hot and soft to trying to whip it, because it's not going to work very well. So what you want to do is you want to make it, it's better if, like, I prefer to leave it in the fridge overnight, because I just think that, I don't know, I just think that it's better. I don't know if it's actually better or not, okay, but that's what I prefer. But if you don't want to do it overnight, at least like an hour in the fridge to let it cool down, okay? And if you guys are commenting, I see a bunch of people watching, so I'm so happy for that. Yay, hi. If you're commenting, I can't see your comments right now. I'm sorry. But if you're commenting, hi. Hello back to you, all my friends. Okay, So we have kind of a ragged dough, like if you've ever made bread, right? Or pizza crust, you know what I'm talking about, where we have a ragged dough right here, and there's still some surfactant powder down there that's not mixed in. It's cool. We'll have some time to mix that all together. I'm just gonna let this rest while I go to the next step, which is, girl, start boiling, please. Thank you. Okay. Stearic acid. Ooh. Sorbitol. If you can't find sorbitol, I got mine on Amazon. Sorbitol powder. What else? Water. Now I'm doing this, if you have the recipe, I'm doing the single batch size because I have another single batch size and I don't need that much whip soap, so I'm just doing a single batch size. But you could do bigger. With the Patreon, I did it in a big old tub and I showed them how to do like a master batch of it. Next we have, this is oil. Like, what is it? I'm using avocado oil. You don't have to add an oil to this recipe. You don't have to add an oil or butter to this recipe. I think it's just fine just the way it is, but I knew that you guys would want to be able to customize it by adding an oil or something like that, so that's what I did. So it's an oil. This, that's what I thought the other one was. This is some orange infused glycerin that I made with Patreon as well. So I made that during a Patreon live, and this is orange infused glycerin. Ooh, fancy, right? And I mean, I made it, so I might as well use it, right? And this is our preservative in our fragrance oil, so we're not going to use it yet. So we're going to stick all this stuff into our hot water bath. It needs to get hot. She needs to get hot. Okay. And we're going to let that melt. Now you should heat and hold. You should heat and hold. Anytime you have water, you should heat and hold for 20 minutes. So we're gonna let that cook, but also what you're doing is you're letting the stearic acid melt all the way down. So I know I've had, some people have asked every now and then on the emulsified body butter recipe, people will ask, what about the, like, why do they get little chunks in it? It's like a rare thing that happens. That only happens to me when I'm trying to rush the recipe and I don't let my stearic acid melt all the way down. So you just want to make sure that your stearic acid is melted all the way down. I hate it when Facebook does this with the comments. And I can't tell if it's because I turned off chat, because when you set up an event now, Facebook is like pushing hardcore, pushing their group chat thing, which I sent them a message and I was like, nobody likes you, okay? Nobody likes group chat, so stop pushing it. Nobody wants it. Go push that on the Gen Z kids, okay? Us millennials and the boomers, we don't want that. Because I hear my kids on their thing doing like Fortnite and Five Nights at Freddy's or what. My youngest one has this one on his Oculus where they're monkeys and they're like running around. And he's got his Oculus on and he's like doing like this. And I just sit there and laugh. Anyway, and they're all like screaming and yelling at the same time. So, okay, that's a good feature for them. They all just want to talk at the same time. For the rest of us who can't think straight if somebody's talking to us, like if my husband starts talking when the TV's going, there's only one of you I can listen to and the TV has priority because I have to know what's going to happen to Mulder next. Okay, so just saying, we need to. Anyway, but I've found that if I do an event, if I create an event which gives you guys a heads up that we're having a live, reminds you that we're having a live, then it will automatically create a group chat. And anyway, Okay, so let's go back to this baby. Let's go back to this baby. Not let's go back to this baby. Let's go back to this thing. Now we're gonna keep stirring it up, and it's basically going to form a really thick paste. This was like one of those things, is all the different times that I experimented with and tested whipped soap recipes as I was working on them. They work best for some reason when you do the surfactants like this ahead of time and create like this weird paste with them. I know that there are like different forms of bioturge out there. So if your bioturge is liquid and use it in this and the paste feels too loose, I think I talked about this in the recipe, but you might want to reduce your water amount that's in this part a little bit. If your bioturge is beads and not powder, then I haven't tested it yet, but you might want to put it in this so that it melts it better. So that's just kind of like a little caveat there. There's always a workaround though, okay? You can always make it work, okay? You just gotta persevere, okay? So, all right, we have this like thick paste. All right, she's good. This guy's melting, he's good. Let me sanitize these bottles. And you know what I might do while we wait on that? I mean, it kind of depends on how much my mixer is gonna like jostle the table, but I could whip that other stuff while we wait, maybe. Seems like a good use of our times. Okay, choo. Just gonna sanitize my jars. And you wanna let those air dry. Okay. So, I'll put this all over here. Let's go ahead, we'll just whip this, why not? So we'll kill two birds with one stone. Poor little birds. Never did nothing to nobody. Okay. So I'm gonna use my stand mixer. You could use a hand mixer if you want to. You can do that if you want to. I prefer a stand mixer because it's less work for me. Less things I have to do. So now you can see this I made about an hour ago or 2 hours ago, and it's been in the freezer. You don't want to put it in the freezer like overnight, but if you need it to cool down fast, you can put it in the freezer. If you want it to like, you know, if you put it in the freezer overnight, it's gonna be like solid, right? You could just put it in the fridge. I put it in an ice bath first to cool it down so I didn't completely like throw my fridge's temperature off, right? So I put it in an ice bath first, and then I put it in the freezer to solidify. And if you guys are commenting and you're asking questions, then don't worry. When the live is done, I'll go back through and I'll answer all the questions I see, okay? Oops, we got this one. So I'm just gonna scrape this off. If when you pipe it, you find that it's too soft, you wish that it was more firm, you can try doing two different things. You can try reducing your water, or you can try increasing your stearic acid. But you have to be careful with that, because too much stearic acid in it causes it to like, when you get your skin wet and you put the stuff on your skin, it just like slides off your skin. So you don't want that to happen. So you have to like make sure that you are testing it before you send it out into the world. So, you know, make small batches to start off with. Don't make a giant batch and then be upset, okay? Just don't do that. We're gonna try to split this and have two colors. We're gonna try it. I haven't tried it yet. I don't know if this like small amount will split well, but we'll see. We're gonna try it. Okay. And I'm just doing the whip soap today. I like the whipped soap better than the sugar scrub, the whipped sugar scrub, but the whipped sugar scrub is gonna like give you more mileage, essentially, because it's going to double your volume, if that makes sense. So, and sugar's kind of cheap, so just saying, if you want it to like go a little bit further. And we're gonna use our whisk attachment. How cute. Okay. And I'm gonna add my fragrance oil to this. So the fragrance for this is sweet orange and chili pepper, which is also from Muddy Soap Co. I don't know what else to say about it. The colors I picked are orange and hot pink. Very Bollywood. I'm very excited about that. So, we're gonna see. Okay, sorry, I was covering this with my arm. So, we're just gonna let this whip. It's pretty easy. Like, once you get to this point, it's pretty easy. If you were gonna master batch it, you would essentially do the same thing. You would make the whole batch and then just wait to add your fragrance oil. You would add your preservative and all that stuff when your big batch cools down, but then you would not add your fragrance oil, so that later down the line you could split it, add your fragrance oil, add any extra oil if you want to, and then just whip it. This is pretty easy. We're just gonna let her whip. I feel like it's cheating. Like, it's way too easy. It shouldn't be this easy. We're gonna stir that to make sure it's all melting correctly. You could also, if you wanted to, you could melt these hard, like phase 2 ingredients, whatever you want to call them. You could melt those in the microwave and then put it in your hot water bath so that you're, you know, it's already melted. It's good. But you can see that we're whipping it and it's starting to build up a little bit. It's starting to get white and creamy. It's not chunky anymore. But we want to keep going with it. The good thing about this recipe, and I worked really hard to achieve this, is that it's fairly hard to over whip this. Because I tested a bunch of other whip soap recipes and it was really easy to over whip it and then you have your whip soap falls. Okay, so the good thing about this is it's pretty hard to get it to fall. I'm looking around and seeing if I have some whip soap, because I did like a peppermint one, like Christmas time. So I was gonna see if I had one of those, but I didn't see it. And you can scrape the sides or whatever. I guess I'll get piping bags ready. I don't know. It's like, it's just not a lot to do. I'm going to use 18-inch piping bags. Because I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that the volume is like big. I'm going to pull 3 out just in case we are able to split it into 2 colors. And I'm so sorry I can't see comments. But don't worry. When this is over, I'll go back through and read all your comments and questions and anything that you have to ask. So you can ask. And I'll go back through and I'll make sure I answer all the questions. Okay? So you can post questions here. And of course, I'm going to post links. You know I'm going to post links, so don't even worry about that, okay? We're going to have links. It is so hot in here right now. I am dying. I feel like my cheeks are all flushed too. It's so hot. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides. You can see that we're starting to get a little bit of that whipped texture that we want. I'm going to scrape the sides. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. So I'm super excited about that orange glycerin. I have like a bunch of other glycerites that I'm actually making, and I have some blog posts that I'm working on. I already have a couple of them written, but I want to make sure that I have like a few ready to go so that if I, you know, get distracted, that I don't just like bail on you when it comes to blog posts. But I have like a few blog posts that I'm working on that talks about infusing oils, why does this tag keep coming out? Oh my god. Infusing oils, infusing glycerin, making tinctures, and the reason for that is like, okay, how pretty is this? This is star anise and olive oil. So pretty. This is mango butter and rosemary. So I've been doing these infusions for use for the shampoo bars, but also for some other like skincare type of things I'm just working on, casual like. So I use that mango, rosemary infused mango butter on these shampoo bars that I made with the shampoo bar recipe. Now these are like massive. These are 100 grams each, which is pretty big, but I wanted to see if I could use a particular recipe with the shampoo puck instead of pressing them into a silicone mold, and you can, it just takes a long time. So yes, I did that with these, and this also has some French green clay or sea clay in it. So just some stuff I'm working on the side, you know, so we can girl boss together. Okay, we're getting fluffier. Now obviously the more air that you whip into it, the fluffier it's going to be, but the more risk you have of it eventually falling. So you do want to kind of try to find that balance, but I found it was fairly easy to pipe it without having to worry too much about it being like, without it falling. And yeah, I did a lot of variations of this recipe, like tweaking the percentages. So this was the percentages of the stuff that I liked the best. But if you have the recipe, you can always play with it. That's why we try to give you the percentages so you can be like, this is too soft for me. I wish it was more firm. And you can see like, okay, well, it's using this percentage of hard things. Maybe I can add this soft thing, right, to counter it. I'm going to give this one more stir. Sorry, hold on. Get off. Okay. Just make sure that my stearic acid and all that stuff is like all the way down in there, melting, etc. Okay, ready? Turning it up. Okay, now she's getting really fluffy. Oh my god. And I'm gonna stop it in just a second because I am gonna, I don't know, I don't think I should split this, to be honest. It's just not a lot. I think I should just do it all one color. I did split it at Christmas time, so I feel like it's okay to do it all one color. We'll do it all one color, just so I don't like, but look how pretty it is. Okay, you can't see because it's like overexposed. It's really pretty. Okay. It's not glossy though yet, and I'm kind of looking for it to be glossy. So I'm gonna just keep going just a little bit longer. But I am gonna add the mica now, and it's actually easier if you add your mica with your fragrance oil, which I didn't do, but whatever. I'm gonna add my mica now. I'm gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon of Garfield, and we'll see how much that colors it. Now, you can make it like super saturated if you want to, but it's not like, it's because your base is white, it's always going to be like a pastel, unless you like really put a lot in, which probably you don't want to put like that much in, just saying. Yeah, it's so pretty. And then to top it off with, you know what we can do? I have a bunch of new eco glitter from the Good Glitter Company. So I'm thinking this one, Aunt Daisy, might be pretty. I might check and see if I have anything that has like more yellow, orange tones to it. Let me put a little bit more mica in here because I feel like she wants a little bit more. Okay. My bad. Don't judge me, but I might have a problem, okay? I'm going to scrape the sides. Hold on. Scrape the sides. Seriously though, don't judge me. I might have a problem with the glitter thing, okay? Whew. It's a big deal to admit when you have a problem. Just saying. This is like the first step or whatever. Okay, we're looking for something that has a lot of orange in it, maybe. Or something with some... oh, that might be pretty. This is pink. That might be pretty. So I found when you're topping your whip soap with a bio glitter to make sure that, like, in my opinion, oh, I see oh my god, I see comments. What? Ooh, orange with hot pink mica drizzle. That is a good idea. Okay, what I found is with the glitter, if you do the really, really fine, super fine glitter, let me see what the grade of this one is. It's going to be like triple F. Extra fine. Okay. It can look like pepper or bugs, and it's like not as pretty. So I would say to do like bigger. This is pretty. This is a good one. We'll see when it's like in the jar too. Okay, I'm gonna pull that one and pull that one. Not that one. Not you. Not you. Oh, not you. Not you. So many. Okay. That was really fun. Okay. So, yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Let's Piper, I barely know her. Okay, we're gonna pack this. Sorry. Sorry. That is like a running joke in my house. Only I am like super annoying with it, and I say it about literally everything. Even things that it doesn't make sense. And my family's like, please stop. Okay. Okay, so we have this beautiful, look how pretty this is. So pretty, thick. It's like whipped cream, like homemade whipped cream. Okay. So good. Okay. Okay. It's so good. Nothing. We're gonna use a big old fat tip. Big old fat tip. This is a 356. It looks like a Wilton 1M. I don't know why it says 356. All of my 1M tips just appeared. So I ordered a bunch online that are like janky off-brand 1M tips. They still work pretty well. But that's what happened. Okay, hold on. is so exciting. Okay, that timer was to tell me that this is done, but it's okay. It can sit there a little bit longer while we finish up this other stuff. It's not gonna hurt it at all. Are you ready? I'm super excited. How is it that I saw like 2 comments and that's it? Facebook's like, no, that's all you get. You declined our massive group chat. Our massive group text. So that's all you get. 1 comment, 2 comments. What? Come at me. Okay, I'm gonna be pushing it down into that bag. So pretty. So think about the like this small amount that we started with, and this like doubles in volume. So if you are, this was a single batch, so if you're making, I probably could have split this easily, but I doubted myself, so whatever. Okay, look how pretty. Oh my god. So she stops making that annoying popping noise. And then I'm gonna put my glitters over here that we were thinking about using, and slide my mixie over. Goodbye, girl. You did a good job. And I'm probably gonna need more jars than this, don't you think? I only have 4 jars out. We're probably gonna need more jars than this. Oh, comments. Okay, Lisa says this is so cool. I seriously hope mine comes out like this. I hope so too. So easy to pipe, so smooth. So pretty. Oh my god. I did turn that off. Okay, ready? Next one. There we go. Right? Oh my god. Okay, Lisa says, now that shouldn't fall, right? Okay, I will, once we're done, I'll look over there. I know I have some pipes sitting over there. I'm not going to do it right now because I just piped it, right? So I want to give it time to firm up, but it shouldn't fall, right? If I do it right now, it might fall a little bit. But it really didn't fall, but it still might fall a little bit because it's like brand new, fresh, baby, barely made. Okay, but I'll show you one that's like older, and she's been sitting around since, oh, I don't know, Christmas. So pretty. Okay, I probably have enough for like a 2 ounce, like this is a 4 ounce jar. There's probably only 2 ounces in this though, because you have to consider all the air we whipped into it. So don't expect to be able to get 4 ounces in a jar like this, but I probably have enough for like a tiny jar, but I'll pipe that in a little bit. Let me go see if I have one over here to show you. Okay. Okay, so this is the peppermint whip soap one that I made during Christmas time. I don't know if you guys remember that. I mean, maybe it fell a little bit. I don't think that that's bad, considering it's several months old and it still looks good. Like, it didn't fall like all the way. So just saying, if you do want it a little bit more firm, you can try putting you can try using a little bit less water. You can try adding, I wouldn't add too much more stearic acid though, because it will beat up off your skin and just like roll off when you try to use it. So, but you can play with it. You could use a hard butter and see if that made a difference for you. So there are things that you can do. Let's go for, looking at all my options here, hot pink, right? Because it's, oh yeah, that's the right choice. I'm looking at this right now, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's the right choice. This one is called Wild Rosies. I don't know if this is one of the new ones for spring, so sometimes these like blended mixes for like holidays, like once they're out of season, they don't have it anymore, but I would check their blended mixes and see if you can find it. But and also check their sales, so they'll have stuff that's like on sale, because this mix and this mix are very similar, but Aunt Daisy is from spring and Summer Lemonade is from last summer. So sometimes you can find like good mixes that were for the previous season. So, okay. And I am gonna put a lid on these, but not yet. I'm gonna take a picture of them first. If I put the lid on it, I'm gonna ruin them. So I'm gonna put them over here, and let's finish up the actual work, the actual process. This next part is easy. And let me get, we're good, okay. All right, so I have this right here. There's some of this that already got mixed in when I was stirring it with it. But basically I'm gonna start adding this solid mix, this like surfactant paste that we made. And it's pretty solid now, right? Like, so earlier when we were working with it, it was like still kind of pasty, but now it's gotten softer. So we're gonna add that in, and we're gonna start like combining it like this. Oh, yay, more comments. Oh my God, I need this recipe now, says Christine. Christine or Christina? Christina. Yeah, so this is our whipped soap recipe. Or it's a whipped base. So you can use it for a shaving soap. You can use it as a whipped sugar scrub. I really like it just as a whipped soap, personally. And I tried so many other whipped soap recipes out there as I was formulating this one. And basically I modeled this one after the Crafter's Choice base. So if you are formulating something, or if you're trying to reverse engineer something, if you love something that, I don't know, Lush makes, or there's some sugar scrub company that y'all keep asking me about, and you're like, does this sugar scrub work like the one from this people? And I'm like, I don't know who they are. Here's what you do. You look at the back of the package, and you read the ingredients, and you start to like go through, and you're like, okay, this is what that ingredient does, this is what that ingredient does, I'm not sure why this ingredient is in there, or I've never heard of this ingredient. And then you look that ingredient up and you figure out what it does. So that's how you like reverse engineer stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to tell you the percentages, but for cosmetics it should be in descending order, and you know, like at a certain point, like this is your threshold for like a fragrance oil, so, or an essential oil. So you can be like, okay, clove essential oil shouldn't be used past this amount, so anything below this is going to be underneath that amount, and then above it is going to be more than that, right? So you can kind of do that to figure it out. But like, I love the Origins Mega Mushroom face toner, and like also the lotion or something, I don't know. Anyway, there's like a couple of them that I love from Origins, and so I've just been like slowly working my way to see if I can reverse engineer it, so then I can have beautiful skin. Or I mean, like, I have great skin, but you know, without paying somebody else to do it. I do use a lot of my own products, but like, there's some stuff that I still buy, so like, I just want to make it myself. If you're like me, says Anna, here's the recipe, you're getting whiplash to go over and buy it. Yes, so go get the recipe, and then thank you, Anna. But yes, I'll include links at the top. But also, I mean, if you get the recipe and you look at the list of ingredients and you're like, I don't know where to get, the most common questions I've seen are where to get sorbitol. So I got mine from Amazon. I use the Pure brand from Amazon, okay? The other one is Bioturge. So Voyager, Windy Point, they both have that, and Voyager and Windy Point have Canadian sites and they have US sites. So if you're in the US, make sure you're on the US site so that you don't have to pay as much in shipping. If you're on the Canadian side, make sure you do that. And then Muddy Soap Co. in the US. There is another US supplier, but they charge you $20 to ship 1 pound. And I don't like that. Muddy Soap Co. has 1 and 2 pounds available, and they have flat rate shipping, so you can check that out, right? And I like super appreciate that when I asked Susie if she would consider carrying that that ingredient, that she like literally, she was like yes. She was like, yeah, let me look into it. Like, didn't even hesitate. And so, you know, sometimes it's like, I know I ask a lot sometimes from the suppliers, like the mold makers. I'm like, you know what I want this. And they're like, I know that I ask a lot. So I try to be like careful, you know, when I ask for stuff, or especially if I show you guys stuff. Like, I feel like if you have influence and you need to use it wisely, right? I'm not like, I don't want to show you guys stuff that's not a good supplier, and I don't want to show you guys stuff that is not a good resource, right? So anyway, I'm just super grateful that she did that for this group. We need this to cool down. Once it cools down to a safe level for my preservative, to a safe temperature for my preservative, we will add preservative. Where's my temp gun? I have 2 temp guns, and they're always either both of them are here or both of them are in my house. Anyway, probably 120. I'm going to use Liquid Germall Plus for my preservative. There are other preservatives you can use, so make sure you check the usage rate and the safe temperature to add it, and then you can do that. But you can see it kind of makes like, it kind of looks like Jello. It's like jiggly or whatever. It's really weird, but once it cools down, it'll be hard like that stuff, and then you can whip it and you can make your own whipped soap from scratch. You can control all the ingredients that go in it, and yeah, you'll be a badass. Okay, that is pretty much it for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will go back through for the portion where I wasn't able to see comments. I'll go back through. If you had any questions during that time, I'll answer your questions. If you're looking for links, I will include links in the description. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Happy making.